Good morning, boys and girls. It is Miss Amy. I hope that you all have had a wonderful week. I'm out on my front porch this morning, so you might hear a lot of background noise with all the cicadas in the trees kind of singing, and maybe some cars passing by. But last week, we read a Bible story about the baby Moses and how through God's special plan for Moses, he strengthened Moses' mother to be able to trust in his plan, to put him in a basket. And in that plan, the Pharaoh's daughter found him and raised him in the Pharaoh's palace. Today we're going to be reading another story about Moses. And this time we're going to be seeing Moses as a grown man. So we're going to read today from our Jesus Storybook Bible, and it's a very short story, but I think this is one that probably you've heard too before, and I'm going to show you the picture. We see Moses, and what do you see right there? A burning bush. Oh my goodness. I think I would be just as frightened as Moses in seeing that. And we can also see that Moses is a shepherd. See the sheep? Moses with his shepherd's staff. So let's start there. God to the rescue. Joseph and his brothers grew old and died, but their children's children stayed on in Egypt, where they became a very large family. Later on, a new king began to rule, but this Pharaoh didn't remember Joseph, and he didn't like God's people. He made them into his slaves and beat them and made them work harder and harder. God's people cried out to God to rescue them, and God heard them. He remembered his promise to Abraham. He would look after his people. He would find a way to set them free. One day, Moses was looking after sheep when something caught his eye. A bush was behaving very oddly. It was flickering with flames, but its leaves weren't burning up. He looked a little closer. "Moses," boomed a voice. Moses leapt back. The bush was talking to him. "I have heard my people's cries," God said. "I have seen their tears, so I have come down to rescue them. Go to Pharaoh and tell him to let my people go." Moses was afraid, but God said, "I will be with you." And that's where this story ends today. Moses was chosen by God to go and rescue his people from the slavehood that they had been living in under the Egyptian Pharaoh. But Moses was afraid. And God said, "It's okay, Moses. I understand that you're afraid, but I'm with you. And through me, anything is possible." And so through God's strength, Moses was able to trust in God and was able to go to the Pharaoh and say what God told him, "Let my people go." It's good news for us too, because God is always with us. There are going to be times in our life when God asks us to do something, might want to lead us someplace that we might be a little bit scared to go to or scared to do. The good news is that God is always with us. He's always leading us and showing us the way. He goes before us and he's behind us, and he's always preparing the way, and we can rejoice in knowing that. Now today is my last day that I will be doing a children's sermon for a little bit. My family has been called to a new place, and we will be moving soon to California. I just wanted to tell all of you, boys and girls, I love you. I will always remember you. And it has been such a blessing to be your children's minister. God's peace be with you. And know that He is always leading you, loving you, and has such great plans for you. You all have such wonderful gifts and talents. And I can't wait to see how God opens those up in your lives. Bye for now.